Hi, Nicole Frigie here. What to drink? So this video could be super short and I would just say, drink water, we're done. No, but that's not really realistic. And one of the things that I know several of us, me included, used to drink a lot of, Diet Coke. I would have like 4 a day, so embarrassing. I don't anymore, and it took me a while to wean off of it, but let me tell you one of the reasons why you should want to. So if you're drinking regular soda, it has a ton of sugar in it, and that's just going to counteract everything that you've been working hard to do with healthy eating, and if you're exercising too, it's just going to tip the scales again, so you don't want to do that. If you're drinking diet soda, that has artificial sweeteners in it, and those are not great for you. And the reason why is that they actually make you a little bit more hungry and crave more sweets because your body thinks it got something sweet and then it really didn't. So know that that's like the really high level as to why you should want to start weaning yourself off of soda, diet or regular. Now that's a lot easier said than done. And some of the ways that I started doing that when I was going out to eat, I would like to get a fountain drink. So if I still wanted the caffeine, I went for unsweetened iced tea. You can put some lemon in there. If I wanted the carbonation, I would go for tonic or soda water. Maybe put like a lime or lemon in there to flavor it. So that's what I would do when I was out at a restaurant. Now, if I'm at home or if I'm on the go, I looked for a couple other things to satisfy or to substitute for the Diet Coke. If it was in the morning, because yes, I was like drinking them in the morning. If it was in the morning, I started adding in coffee. And when I first started drinking coffee, it was like full fat cappuccino, lots of things. I've weaned off of that too. But you know, we're just making transitions. So if you can go from one thing to another, that's good as long as you're making progress. So I started doing coffee for the caffeine, and then when I wanted that like fizz, that carbonation, I found a few different drinks that you probably heard of that you have to look for the ones that don't have artificial sweeteners in them. LaCroix one, like that comes in the can, that's an option. And then there's an Ice Mountain carbonated flavored beverage that's in like a plastic bottle, and you can buy a 6-pack of those. And so those are sometimes a little bit more than if you were to buy a case of Coke, but it's going to be better for you because it doesn't have those artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors in them. So if you're looking for the caffeine, maybe iced tea or coffee. If you're looking for the carbonation, possibly tonic or soda, or some of these flavored waters that are available. Now, as you start to wean off of those, you are going to start to feel a lot better, and you might see some of your results start to improve because those sodas, they really are holding you back. And I know that it's unrealistic to just quit cold turkey, so I don't recommend that. But if you can start replacing slowly, adding different things in, and if you were a 4 Diet Coke a day person, try to knock it back to 3 to 2 to 1. If you are a 2 times a day person, try to knock it back to 1, and then knock it back to a half, and then knock it back to 0. So there's no need to go cold turkey or to make a drastic change. You can start to wean yourself off of it, and you're going to feel a lot better. Now, another fun beverage, red wine. On the 21-day fixed eating plan, we've talked about yellow containers, and those are your carbohydrates. Well, your body is going to treat a carbohydrate just like it treats the wine, and you can trade out 3 times a week one of your yellow count containers, so one of your carb counts. You can trade that out for a glass of wine. 4 ounces is the recommended glass size. So say you know that you have a work dinner and you're going to want to have a glass of wine. Instead of having all of your carbohydrate counts maybe at breakfast and lunch and dinner, you are going to not have one during the day because you know you're going to have a glass of red wine at dinner. So I hope that makes sense. That's a great way that you can stick to a plan long term, is when you know that there are things that you can kind of trade out as you are planning your meals. So overall, the best thing that you can be drinking is water. I drink a ton of this a day. What you want to do is take your body weight, divide it in half, and that's the amount of recommended ounces that you should be having. And that can be kind of hard to do. So I take a water pitcher. You have a Brita or you have something at home, Each night I fill up my water bottles, and I have a few more of these. I fill these up so I have them cold and ready to go, then I can just take them out of the fridge. And I recommend having some type of water bottle. It doesn't have to be, you know, a fancy Tupperware one. It can just be a plastic one, or it can be, you know, like the kind with a cup with a straw and everything. It can be one of those, but just start drinking more water. And one of the benefits to drinking more water is not only are you going to feel better, but it's going to help you feel less hungry. So sometimes when we think we're hungry, we're actually thirsty. So start drinking some more water. Again, your goal is to take your body weight, divide it in two, and that's the amount of ounces. And then for other drinks that you're having, especially if it's soda or diet soda, try to wean yourself down. So, and make baby steps. If you did 4 in a day, try to take it back to 3. So let me know, because this one's a really tough one. But if you can start adding in more water, and then whatever that tough drink is, if you can start scaling it back, you are going to see you're going to feel a lot better, and then you're going to start seeing those results come through. So any questions that you have, put them in the comments below, and then look below, because I'm going to show some photographs of the other options, the flavored water options that don't have artificial sweeteners. And then I'm also going to put some photos below of what is in soda, and I want you to look at those ingredients, and I want you to see what it is that you're drinking. And if you recognize those things, great, drink it. If you do not know what those are, do not drink those. Okay? Thanks.